You're listening to Sensitive Changemakers. This podcast is created for highly sensitive leaders and is designed to support you to embrace your strengths and gifts so you can feel more confident in your own mind and body and live a life with intention, purpose, and more importantly, joy. I'm your host, Kate Carter, a fellow HSP who has a BA Honours degree in education, is a fully trained and qualified professional coach and NLP practitioner, and has over 17 years of teaching and over 3 years of coaching experience supporting highly sensitive people. I believe that you can do anything you want to in this life, but that sometimes the path forward becomes muddy with self-doubt and fear of failure. It's my mission to help sensitive thought leaders peel away the self-doubt and stories holding them back, for them to see their own beauty and strength so they can increase self-confidence and self-trust through thought and embodiment work, and see their path clearly and move forward confidently, living their life with intention and purpose. I would love for you to come and join us. Hello and welcome to Sensitive Changemakers. Today I really would like to do something a little bit different. I want to invite you to one of our Mindset Monday sessions. So this is a free session in the Facebook group Sensitive Changemakers, where we take time for ourselves, where we really embrace who we are. We do a little bit of stretching, we do some sorting meditation, which you'll find out more in a minute. We do a full meditation and then some journaling prompts. And I would love to invite you to this session so you can see behind the scenes, you can see what we cover. And if you would like to come and join us, it is completely free. The link is in the show notes. I would love to welcome you into the Facebook group so that you can join us each week as well. If you have any questions after listening to this, please do ask. And I look forward to speaking to you again next week. Lots of love. Bye. Yay. Okay, so happy Monday. I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about astrology, although it's not my area of expertise, but I do love the moon and I do love working with planets. And I think it's worth saying that today is a new moon in Scorpio. And from my understanding, and they're talking very much about this week being about freeing yourself from self-limiting beliefs, about really embracing what you want from life and who you really are. And that fits in so well with what I love working with clients on, because I truly believe that we have so many gifts and so many nuggets of gold within us, and we are born with these. I think every human being, and having kids myself, I can see it so much more clearly. We have these gifts within us, and through childhood, through being in society, being with different people, we learn these untruths about ourselves. We learn these conditionings where we start doubting ourselves, and when we start thinking that things aren't possible and that we've just got to do things we hate all the time. And I know that there is an element in life that sometimes we have to do things we don't like to do, but I think the bigger picture of life should be something that we embrace, that we love, that lights us up, and that enables us to remember who we really are underneath all of those self-doubts and worries and conditionings that we all have. And we all have them. There is nobody on this planet that doesn't have them. And so kind of peeling back those layers. So I always talk about the onion, and us being like the core of the onion, and it's who we were born with, those gifts, those strengths that we have. And then those kind of layers being the conditioning, the fears, the doubts. And it is about peeling back those layers, and it is about finding and remembering who we are. So it's not about changing ourselves, it's actually about digging deeper and remembering who we are at our core. And everybody will have gifts, and I know for some of you that might be really difficult to understand. I know if I'd said that, or if somebody had said that to me 10 years ago, I'd be like, no, I'm just a big ball of worry and anxiety. I don't have any gifts. So I do get that, but I promise you have gifts, you have strengths. And so this meditation today for our Mindset Monday, I want it to be about remembering who you really are. I want it to be about you embracing who you want to, it's not who you want to be, but embracing that original form of you, that original version of you. How can you embrace that person again? How can you go for what you want and desire? And I know for a lot of highly sensitive people, talking about what we want and what we desire can be really tough, because without going into too much detail, but we have a tendency to people please as highly sensitive people, because we are so empathetic, because we empathize with people so much, and we can easily put ourselves into their position. We can understand how they're feeling. We almost see ourselves in them, and so we want to make them happy, and we want to put them at ease, and we want to make sure that everybody's okay. And actually talking about our own wants and desires can be a little bit triggering, because that's selfish and that's mean and that's unkind. And actually what I want you to do today is embrace wanting and desiring, knowing that it's not making you a bad or mean or unkind person to actually want and desire things for yourself. And I truly believe that the knock-on effect of that is, if you go for what you want and what you desire, not only do you inspire those around you, but you have the energy, because those things light you up, you have the energy then to support those people in your life in a way that you probably never would have done before, if you would have just gone through the kind of day-to-day running of whatever you were doing before. So that's what I want us to do today. So a bit of an introduction of 5 minutes there, but hopefully that makes sense. So the first thing I want to do is I want to do some stretching with you. Now you can do this standing up. I'm going to do it sitting down, just because it's generally what I do before I do a meditation. Now I tend to, and I've said this before, but I want you to be aware of where you hold your tension in your body. So obviously me at the moment, I am going through some health, I don't want to say issues, but some health journey, should I say, where I'm kind of trying to get to the bottom of things. So I know that I hold a lot of tension in my neck and in my shoulders and in my hips. So those are the places that I like to stretch out beforehand. So to start off with, and I actually last year did go and see a speech therapist because I kept losing my voice. And so she gave me some sort of exercises to help stretch out this part of me, which if you do resonate with that, it's a really good idea to do them as well. If you don't, just stretching your neck out can be really good, especially if you've been lying uncomfortably. Just as you're stretching, just be aware that if it hurts, please stop. And if you've got any concerns or whatever, please do speak to a GP. I'm not trained in any kind of physiotherapy. I'm just doing a few stretches before we meditate. So please do seek extra support if needed. So I just do some ones to the side. Not very flattering, but it does help. And I like to do a half, just because it helps to sometimes kick those out. And the other one that I was taught to help this one out, and I went over this one last time, it isn't very flattering, is to actually push your neck forward, or your face forward, and then bring it back in. Lovely face there. And to do that again. And the other thing I like to do is just to rotate my shoulders, one at a time maybe, just to kind of get there. The last thing I do, which I'm not going to do today, is I do some kind of stretching over. So I'm not going to do it here because it doesn't look very flattering, but just stretching over one thigh and then stretching over the other thigh, just to kind of help my hips. So wherever you're feeling the need to stretch, you might want to stretch up like this, depending on what you've been doing so far today. You might want to do a sun salutation if you love your yoga, just something to kind of get your body a little bit more limber. And then what I want us to do is I want us to do some breathing, and I really want you to focus as we're doing some breathing here. This isn't the meditation part. I really do try and, you can do this breathing while you're doing the meditation, but I do like to do it in stages, just because not everybody likes focusing on their breath through meditation. So I like to give you some variations that you can do. So the first thing I do want you to focus on before we do the meditation is just some breathing on its own. So you don't have to try and do anything else apart from focus on your breath. And we're going to focus on expanding our lower belly out as we breathe in, and then going out, and your belly should go back down. So sometimes it's easier to put a hand here and a hand on your lower belly so that you can feel the part that should be expanding. So as you're breathing in this part should not be moving. And breathing out. And as you're doing this, I really want you to try and focus on breathing in and then breathing out. And when you're breathing out, I want you to try and release any extra tension that you're holding. So just making sure that you're releasing any tension in your feet, in your legs, just allowing yourself to kind of melt into your chair a little bit further, making its way up to your bum, belly, pelvis, your stomach, your arms and hands, your chest, shoulders, neck, ears, jaw, cheeks, eyes, forehead, and just allowing yourself to breathe and allowing all of that tension to go on the out breath. If you want to do a big exhale, sometimes that can even help further to release any tension. On the next breath, I want you to kind of release anything that you've been dealing with before this point. So any frustrations, any stress, any worries, as much as you can. Just on the next couple of breaths, just kind of try and release as much as you can. Obviously, sometimes they are sticky and they don't want to go, but just try and release what you can do. So you're bringing a bit more consciousness into both your mind and your body. And one more. Okay, notice that I didn't do any kind of counting there. Again, if you do want to do some counting there, you can do. It's, there's lots of different ways. You could do box breathing, which is breathing in for 4, holding for 4, breathing out for 4. I like to try and elongate the out breath, because especially with people that are slightly anxious or that are their nervous system feels kind of dysregulated, focusing on your out breath can really help to calm you down. Because what we can do, especially when we're on the more anxious side, and talking from experience here and so much support with this, is that we can very easily slip into the breathing in. So when we're anxious, and so focusing on elongating that out breath can really support us in relaxing ourselves even further. So as with everything, if you know me in meditation, I do apologize, my fan is being quite noisy. If you know me at all with meditation, you know that I do love just spending the first 3 minutes, I call it like a bit of sorting meditation. So a lot of the time we don't allow ourselves to just think. We're always doing. We're always got a checklist. We've always got things that we need to do. And so for this first part of the meditation, I just want you to allow those thoughts to come up. And I want you to have a journal next to you or a notebook next to you. And this is kind of an introduction to a meditation. So you're going to sit there for about 3 minutes. And instead of pushing the thoughts away, you're just going to allow them to come up. And if there's anything, sometimes I find that a big reminder will come up. Like, oh, yes, I knew I needed to do that and I'd forgotten. That's what your journal and notebook is for. So you can it's not a meditation where you have to stick in it. You can go, oh yeah, have to do that. Okay, just make a note of that, and then go back to just allowing yourself to relax again and seeing what thoughts come up. So as I said, I call this my sorting meditation because it sorts my thoughts out and it allows me the meditation after this to go a little bit deeper. So otherwise I'm forever trying to push the thoughts away if I go straight into a meditation. So I hope this is helpful. So I'm going to put 3 minutes on the timer, and in this 3 minutes I just want you to allow those thoughts to come up, welcome them almost. If there's anything that needs actioning, so any reminders that pop up, then just write them down. Okay, so just 3 minutes of allowing yourself to think. This doesn't have to be too onerous, hopefully, but just allowing yourself to think. So 3 minutes starting now. Just want you to kind of relax. And you can breathe however you want to breathe. If you prefer breathing in through your nose, not through your mouth, then do so. If you prefer breathing just through your nose, or just through your mouth, whatever feels comfortable for you at this point. And just spending those 3 minutes, just allowing any thoughts to come up. Allowing yourself just to think. Thank them for coming up. Thank them for reminding you of whatever needs reminding. And if there's anything you feel the need to write down, please do so within this time. Just let your thoughts come up. I almost like this time just to kind of say hello to myself. We don't often just get the time just to check in. Just see what comes up for you. And if no thoughts are coming up, just check in with your body. How are you feeling in your body right now? I'm loving it at the moment that I can feel the sun keep popping out from behind the clouds every so often, so I get this kind of bright bit of sun and then it disappears again. Just reminding me that we're human here, living right now. Take this time just to check in, allow those thoughts to come up, write anything down that needs to be written down. Okay, I've got about 15 seconds left. Okay, when you're ready, just open your eyes, give yourself a little bit of a stretch. Okay, now I'm not going to speak for too much longer because I want to go straight into the meditation, because we should be nice and relaxed. We've allowed our thoughts to come up, we've processed some of them, we've sorted some of them, hence the name Sorting Meditation, completely made up by me, but hopefully you understand what I mean there. And now we're going to go into a full meditation, which is going to last about 5 minutes. You can lengthen this in your own time, use it as your own practice, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to be asking you some questions. We're going to be doing some future pacing, so really embracing and remembering who you are and embracing what you want from life, and really normalizing wanting and desiring. I think that's really important for us, especially as highly sensitive people. So how can we embrace that? How can we remember who we are? And this is a journey. It's not like a tick list. It's not something that we check off and go, done, remembered who I am. This is very much a journey of deepening that self-knowing and understanding who we are better. Okay, so when you're ready, I just want you to either cast your eyes down or close your eyes. Take some deep breaths. we go into this meditation, there's a couple of ways that you can do this. You can focus on your breath. I like to focus on the shapes that I can see when I close my eyes. This is based on, if you've ever looked at how hypnotherapy started, they used a candle and they got people to look at how the candle, when it was lit, how the flame flickered. And that allowed them to send them into a bit of a trance. And trance isn't anything scary, it's literally just our brain waves changing. And they're slowing down so that we're kind of crossing over the barrier to our subconscious. Yourself that you really like. This might be something in your physical body, it might be a personality trait, it might be an action that you've taken, something that you've achieved, just one thing that you like about yourself. I want you to just picture that thing, whether it be a body part, a personality trait, the action, the accomplishment, whatever it is, just visualize that in your mind's eye and just give it some love. Whether that be the version you are now, hugging that version of yourself, whether that just be feeling gratitude for that one thing, just allowing that to expand throughout your body. I want you to tap into your emotions here. How does that one thing that you like about yourself make you feel? Does it make you feel expansive, joyful, happy? What does it make you feel? Again, just feel that love and gratitude for that one thing. Just take that emotion that you feel for that one thing. I want you to expand it to your future. What would you be doing in the future to really embrace that emotion, that feeling, that gratitude? What do you really want to be doing in the future? What lights you up? Struggling, think about what could you talk about without any kind of instruction. What could you talk about for ages? What do you love supporting other people with or talking to other people about? What do you find yourself making time for no matter what? I'm just going to be quiet so you've got a couple of minutes just to think about that. What would you like your future to look like? To imagine that you're in a really relaxing forest. There's nothing here that can hurt you. It's absolutely beautiful. You've got the sounds of nature, birds, the leaves blowing, the trees are swaying. it's green, so beautiful. In front of you is a bubble, a huge bubble. There's a door. You open the door to the bubble. And when you step into this bubble, you are stepping into your future. The future version of you that has embraced and remembered who they are, that has embraced their gifts, that is so lit up by what they're doing. I want you to take a deep breath and step into that bubble and allow the door to close behind you. Take an extra deep breath in and out, and allow yourself to embrace the contents of this bubble. You have just stepped into your future. What does it look like? You can feel the tingles inside your body that's telling you, yes, this is right. This is absolutely what I should be doing. This is how I should be feeling. And it's okay to want and desire something. Just a couple of minutes, and I really want you to tap into your senses here. So what do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? What can you touch? Just allow yourself to embrace this future. Standing in this future? How are you feeling? Do you feel that you could take extra deep breaths now? Is there anything you can smell or hear? What do you see? What can you touch? To embrace this, I want you to kind of like bring the contents of the bubble inside you, like into your heart space. Know that this is possible for you, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to imagine it. It wouldn't be lighting you up. I want you to, if you can, just put your hand over your heart space and just say thank you. Feel gratitude, feel thankful for being able to see this version of what is possible for you. Allow yourself to take that within you. Feel it expand throughout your body. Know that this is your future. When you're ready, you can open the door, come back out of the bubble, start to be aware of your surroundings, wiggle your toes and your feet and your fingers, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So I hope that was relaxing for you. The last part of Mindset Monday are some journal prompts to get you to think in even more detail about what we've been talking about, and really get to encourage you to embed what we've meditated on today. So the first question is thinking about one thing you like about yourself, whether that be a personality trait, a physical attribution, or an achievement or an accomplishment, and how does that make you feel? The second question is what would you like to see in your future? And how would that make you feel? Emotions are so important. It's the language of the subconscious. It really does help us to listen to ourselves. Emotions are a great messenger. So how would that feel? And 3, what lights you up? And you might need some more time in meditation to get quiet, to allow yourself to really think about this question. But what really lights you up? And how does this make you feel? And I want you to think about how it makes you feel in your body as well as emotionally. So how do those actions that you're thinking about taking, how do they feel in your body? Do you feel expansive? Do you have tingles? Do you feel energetic? How do those things show up in your body, and how do they make you feel? So what really lights you up? And those are our questions for today. I would love to hear your answers. I would love to hear what comes up for you. Please do reach out on Instagram, Facebook. My email address is kate@katecarter.co.uk. Please, I would love to hear what came up for you and what you're going to do as a result of this Mindset Monday. And I'll be back next week with another one. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. If you have any takeaways or any questions, please do reach out to me either through Instagram, LinkedIn or Facebook at Kate Carter Coaching, or you can email me at kate@katecarter.co.uk. I always love to hear your feedback and the things that you have taken from the podcast. If you know of any other highly sensitive people, then please do share this so that I can reach more and support more highly sensitive people to embrace their strengths and gifts. As a thank you, I will pick a winner every month for a free 50-minute coaching session with me. Thank you so much.